For 34 years, a prisoner was kept in French royal custody, his face always covered, his real name never spoken aloud. Guards were under standing orders to kill him instantly if he ever revealed who he was. He was moved between at least 5 different prisons over 3 decades, always in secret, always masked. He died in the Bastille in 1703, and to this day, historians still argue about who he really was. Here's the twist. One theory fits the evidence better than almost any other, and it involves the King of France himself, Louis XIV, the most powerful monarch in Europe. The legend really took off thanks to Voltaire, the philosopher and writer, who wrote about the prisoner decades after his death and turned him into a sensation. It was Voltaire who claimed the mask was made of iron. In reality, most prison records describe it as black velvet, which is far less dramatic, but the iron version stuck, and the legend grew from there. Over the centuries, theories multiplied. Some believed the prisoner was Eustache d'Angers, a mysterious valet. Others pointed to the Comte de Vermandois, an illegitimate son of the king. Still others suspected Nicolas Fouquet, a disgraced finance minister who fell from grace. And thanks to Alexander Dumas' novel more than a century later, millions came to believe the prisoner was the king's secret twin brother, a story that is pure fiction, not history. So what does the actual evidence point to? Most historians now lean toward Eustache d'Angers de Cavois, a servant with connections to the royal court who may have known something dangerous, possibly tied to a poisoning scandal or a state secret that could not afford to become public. Here's why that theory makes more sense than the others. A servant who knew too much explains the extreme secrecy far better than a royal family member would. Hiding a prince would have required an entirely different kind of cover story, one involving inheritance and succession. Silencing a servant who overheard the wrong conversation is a much simpler and much more human motive. Even so, the mystery isn't fully closed. Many prison records from that era were destroyed, and the surviving logs contradict each other on small but important details, like transfer dates and physical descriptions. That gap in the paper trail is exactly why the legend has survived for over 300 years. In the end, the most likely truth is almost anticlimactic. Not a secret prince, not a royal twin, but a servant who knew something the state could not risk getting out. It's proof that sometimes the most heavily guarded secrets in history turn out to be the most mundane ones.